The demonic cult leader is my wife. Jin Yomyong said to himself, I know exactly which of the 6 clans betrayed us. However, there is no guarantee that this incident is truly the work of that clan. Even if it is, I cannot risk exposing it prematurely. More importantly, Cheon Jin-sang looked at him and said, ha ha. Jin Yomyong thought to himself, I am still not completely sure about the Cheon-il Academy head, even if the cult leader shared information about Baeksanga with him because he is trustworthy. To be honest, Cheon Taejong's judgment of people is questionable. As the heavenly demon Cheon Taejong said, I will create the Heavenly Intelligence Pavilion as my right hand, for me. As the Heavenly Intelligence Pavilion said, I will turn the cult into a mess. As the demonic cult said, ooh-ah. Jin Yomyong thought to himself, such poor judgment. Cheon Jin-sang stood up and said, thus, there are very few people I can truly trust right now. That is why I firmly believe you will not ignore this crisis. As a great disciple of the heavenly demon divine cult, Jin Yomyong interrupted. What if I do ignore it? Cheon Jin-sang's mask suddenly cracked. You, Nanana, of course I am joking. Baeksanga thought to herself, what is wrong with the demonic cult? Jin Yomyong said, if there is a traitor among us, we should absolutely cooperate and uproot them. Do you not agree? Cheon Jin-sang replied, all right. Jin Yomyong continued. Still, despite that, my clan's patriarch will not make a move, unless the evidence is crystal clear. Taking action right now has no benefits. Jin Yomyong thought to himself, the problem is that all of my authority and influence comes from my father, Jin Ganak. That is why if I am to take action, I need help from both of you. Baeksanga slammed the table. Of course. Cheon Jin-sang asked, what kind of help? Jin Yomyong pulled a chair. All right then. He sat down, looked at them seriously, and said, shall we begin negotiations? Jin Yomyong thought to himself, now, it is time for independence. Let us go, my hidden wallet. A few moments later, Jin Yomyong straightened the papers. That was an excellent negotiation. Cheon Jin-sang's soul left his mouth. I felt like I was negotiating with a merchant. Baeksanga's soul also drifted out as she muttered, I am sorry. I am sorry, grandfather. Jin Yomyong thought to himself, you brats. I used to be the inner administrator of the great heavenly demon divine cult, you know? Well, I will work hard for the pay I have received. If possible, I will also try to persuade my clan's patriarch. Cheon Jin-sang muttered, the money demon is here. Jin Yomyong asked, so, what do you want me to do now? Nenaning, Baeksanga said, since the first assassination attempt failed, I doubt they will try the same method again for a while. So for now, I plan to leave the cult grounds. I was scheduled to be dispatched to Qinghai soon anyway. Jin Yomyong asked, was it not just our batch that was supposed to go? Cheon Jin-sang replied, I am the highest authority here. What is stopping me from sending you all twice? Baeksanga gave him a thumbs up. As expected of you, Academy head. Jin Yomyong said, wait, do not tell me, you plan to use yourself as bait to lure out the enemy? Baeksanga answered, yes. And you want me to help you with that? Yes. Cheon Jin-sang grabbed Jin Yomyong's sleeve. Too late for refunds, dear customer. Jin Yomyong looked away. How would we know what is going to jump out at us? Baeksanga also grabbed his sleeve. No, it is a strategy to flush out the Cheon-il Academy spies. They are not external enemies. Cheon Jin-sang added, if outside forces interfere too much, it might even benefit the cult. The cult leader has also approved it. As Baeksanga kept pulling Jin Yomyong's shirt, Jin Yomyong thought to himself, well then, out loud he said, in that case, I do have an idea. Would you care to hear it? And in his mind he added, let us hook a big catch using knowledge and information only I possess. In a different scene, the assassin said to Han Muyon, Second Commander, Second Commander, Second Commander, the higher-ups are furious. Han Muyon replied, I know. The assassin continued, thanks to that, I got to enjoy a rare reprimand for the first time in a while. Han Muyon said, the failure of the plan is not the only issue. The bigger problem is your rash contact with the daughter of the Ju clan. As Ju Guk-san shouted, let go. I said, let me go. I am Ju Guk-san of the Ju clan. Han Muyon said, there is no reason someone like Ju Guk-san would speak my name, because my demonic soul-binding technique was flawless. The assassin said, it is too early to be overconfident, Second Commander. What if someone notices the soul manipulation and performs an exorcism? Han Muyon replied, let them try. I never performed a soul bind to begin with. I simply adjusted her thoughts and consciousness. Ju Guk-san thought to herself, people should stay in their place. You are right. But Baek Sanga was the one who stirred things up and pushed things to one extreme. I am telling you, it is Baek Sanga's fault. Everything goes back to Baek Sanga, the beginning and the end. Why is it because of Baek Sanga? Because it really is her fault.
Baek Sanga, Baek Sanga, Baek Sanga, kill her,
Han Muyon said. This incident will be handled as the whim of a woman maddened by jealousy. Sure, fine, I will accept that. However, Second Commander, the assassin interjected. The Jade Celestial Divine Sword must be retrieved. If you fail to produce results, you might be disposed of. Think of this Qinghai dispatch as your last chance. Han Muyon said, Oh, so we are going with the original schedule after all. The assassin continued. This time, my squad, the Nether King's squad, will also be deployed. Therefore, you must kill Swordflower. Han Muyon's eyes sparkled. Ah, the Nether King's squad, he exclaimed, excitement in his voice. I will also request assistance from the third commander of the unorthodox Tyrant Heavens. The assassin became uneasy. That is going a bit too far. Is not involving the unorthodox Tyrant Heavens excessive? Han Muyon replied. If we are going to do it, we must do it properly. He has always wanted to work within the demonic cult, so he will gladly agree. The assassin warned, there can be no mistakes this time. Our goal is not war, it is division. Understood? Ha ha ha, of course. I will make sure no such mistake occurs. In a different scene, a boy said to his friend, by the way, who is this Baek Sanga for them to even draw assassins? Another boy replied, Baek Sanga? That is the same name as one of the 4 phoenixes, Swordflower. Another chimed in, wait, that Swordflower is in the Cheon-il Academy? Are you joking? Well, regarding the Swordflower, she is a bit. Meanwhile, Baek Sanga trembled as she walked through the halls. She thought to herself, I wish we would just leave for Qinghai already. The bait is ready. Another thought quietly while watching her, not the Swordflower it seems. I have to look more harmless so they take the bait and approach. Met the training grounds. Jin Yum-young said, huff, huff. He moved his feet with a boulder the size of a head strapped to them, then swung his sword while heavy iron rings, also head-sized, were attached to his wrists. Huff! He gasped in exhaustion. Jin Yum-young thought to himself, this is killing me. The 3 snake demons clapped for him.
Hey, amazing, my lord,
Baeksa said. You are swinging a sword while carrying that heavy iron ring. The white-haired snake demon said, I deeply admire you. Jin Yum-young looked at them silently. A few moments later, the trio were the ones wearing weights doing push-ups. Kuch, it is so heavy. They groaned in exhaustion. Jin Yum-young sat down and said, I took your level into consideration and made it lighter than mine. The white-haired snake demon said, I see. They are only 30 kilograms each, Jin Yum-young added. In the end, raw strength is all that matters. Forget inner energy. If your muscles cannot support it, no martial art will shine. He thought to himself, if you have taken so many elixirs like they were rice since childhood and mastered top-tier energy arts, or if you are someone like Jin Ye-woon, then you do not really need physical training, unless your natural talent is on the level of Eon Yura. Baeksa shouted, to survive the mainstream, we will just have to endure it. The white-haired snake demon said, we have pledged our lives to serve you, my lord. We cannot start whining over this. His voice trembled while doing push-ups. Jin Yum-young thought to himself, they definitely have grit and determination. Jinsang and Baeku used to worship me like the heavens, but they ran off the moment I mentioned mainstream training. Jin Yum-young said, if you can endure my training while carrying that weight, the trio interrupted, if we can do it, I will pick a martial art that suits each of you from the Jin clan's secret archives, Jin Yum-young finished. Whoa, the trio exclaimed in shock. They all burst into flames of determination, pushing up faster. Yes, we will serve you with utmost loyalty. Suddenly, someone arrived. You are very dedicated to your training, she said. Jin Yum-young turned toward the voice and froze in shock. It has been a while, Jin Yum-young, Cheon Yura said. Jin Yum-young thought to himself, how many months has it been? How many months since we last met? Good heavens, how strong have you become in that time? It has only been a few months, yet the figure before me now. He tried to speak, but then Cheon Yura removed her hat and veil, revealing her beautiful face. Memories of the older Cheon Yura from his past flooded his mind. Jin Yum-young suddenly stood up in shock and confusion. Cult leader? He thought. Cheon Yura walked toward him. You have grown quite strong yourself. Uksa shouted. How dare you? Baeksa blinked. That person is Jin Yum-young of the demonic heavens Jin clan. Show some respect. Cheon Yura tilted her head. Respect? Jin Yum-young froze in fear. No, wait. Guys, hold on. Yuxa barked, right, respect. Stand up straight and mind your manners. The white-haired snake demon shouted at them. Hey, you crazy son of a biscuit, if you are going to flaunt someone's authority, at least pick the right person to do it with. He slammed Beksei and Hyuksei's faces into the ground. Ack! They cried in pain. The white-haired snake demon lowered his head. Greetings, young cult leader. Why, young cult leader, the duo said in confusion. Beksei quickly added, I am Beksei. I am in the service of young Master Jin. The white-haired snake demon said, Please forgive the rudeness of my younger comrades with your generous heart. It is exactly in moments like this that one should lower their head further. I will make sure they are thoroughly disciplined so this never happens again. A few moments later, Jin Yomyung asked Cheon Yura, Why have you come all the way here without even a single bodyguard? It is not that I am without one, Cheon Yura replied. You simply have not detected them. Jin Yomyung thought to himself, If even I, with my senses honed to the extreme, cannot detect them.
Is the right guardian here? He asked.
Exactly, Cheon Yura said. Right Guardian Crimson Battle Demon appeared. Excuse me, he said, placing a barrier. Hub, a sound barrier? Jin Yomyung thought. Cheon Yura said, I heard you will soon be heading to Qinghai. You have already planted eyes and ears here too, I see, Jin Yomyung said. Well, of course, she replied. I could not possibly ignore this, especially since it is someone who could one day become my companion. Jin Yomyung froze, shocked. He pointed at himself. What did you just say? What, you do not like my attention? She teased. No, it is not that at all, Jin Yomyung said quickly. Jin Yomyung, Cheon Yura said. Please speak, he replied. Have you heard of a group called the Heaven-Defying Society? She asked. Oh, what is this? There is no way Cheon Yura's people already know that name, Jin Yomyung thought. In his past life, he had heard the phrase, Are you trying to defy the heavens? Oh, was it me, he wondered. Is it deception if I say no idea? Maybe she just guessed because I threw out the name Heaven-Defying Society. I do not know who they are. Wanting to cling to that slim chance, that is what I said. Do not know, Cheon Yura repeated. Also from a contradictory desire not to lie in front of you. Jin Yomyung thought. Even if such a group exists, they are not worth your concern, young cult leader, he said. And there it is. A confession that is not quite a confession, he thought. Major matters of our cult are for the cult leader and the elders, Jin Yomyung said. Minor ones are left to followers like us. So, I hope you will grant my plea not to pry further just yet, he thought. If that is your answer, very well, I understand, Cheon Yura said. Lady Cheon, Jin Yomyung began. Let us meet again soon, Cheon Yura said, walking away. A few moments later, Right Guardian Crimson Battle Demon looked at Jin Yomyung. Jin Yomyung said, Are you not going with her? Right Guardian Crimson Battle Demon replied, Even if I do not know everything, I can tell that you just rejected her favor. Jin Yomyung said, What? You were eavesdropping? Right Guardian Crimson Battle Demon said, A servant listening in on their master's conversation? Hardly. I have served the young cult leader all my life. I can read her emotional shifts better than anyone. Jin Yomyung thought to himself, Such a loyal subject, huh? He is right, though. Well, I have known Lady Qin for quite a while myself, so I am no slouch either. Right Guardian Crimson Battle Demon said, So, answer me, why did you hurt her feelings? His aura burst forth. Jin Yomyung thought to himself, Extreme Demon's killing intent. He said aloud, Because it was better for her, and she is not so weak as to be wounded by something like this. Do not insult her. Right Guardian Crimson Battle Demon was shocked into silence. Jin Yomyung said nothing further. Right Guardian Crimson Battle Demon sighed, then suddenly started laughing. Bwah ha 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 ha. That kind of doggedness is something I admire. You definitely carry the blood of the Jin clan. Jin Yomyung said, Wait, did you just insult me by implying I am reckless? Right Guardian Crimson Battle Demon said, Anyway, I heard you will be attempting the mainstream test of the Chanil Academy soon? Jin Yomyung replied, Yes, seems like everyone knows by now. Right Guardian Crimson Battle Demon said, Make sure to leave a spot open there. The young cult leader will be joining you. Jin Yomyung broke into a sweat and thought to himself, What? It's an emergency. He looked back to see the 3 demon snakes staring at him in confusion. The next day, Jin Yomyung said, The region we will be dispatched to is the Transcendent Seeker Society of Qinghai. It is the territory of a demonic cult that branched off from the Sun Moon Divine Cult, the predecessor of the Heavenly Demon Divine Cult, and has maintained its bloodline for nearly 1,000 years. Hyuk-sa raised his hand. You mean a demonic bloodline? Yes, Jin Yomyung replied. Hyuk-sa said, So, Things like human sacrifices, mass slaughter, and forbidden demonic arts. A demon cultist nearby burst into laughter. Bwah ha 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 ha. Jin Yomyong smirked. Ha! If that were the case, the government military would have wiped out the Transcendence Seeker Society long ago. Even our own cult has never committed such acts, have we? Hyuk-sa said, probably not. Maybe they do it secretly. White-haired snake demon said, I mean, maybe in the secretive distant past during the Sun-Moon Divine Cult days, but I heard that after the Heavenly Demon Divine Cult was founded, the human sacrifice practice was abolished. Jin Yomyong said, Oh? You know your history well. White-haired snake demon said, The Tower Master taught me a little from time to time. He said that if we are going to become warriors of the demonic heaven tower, we cannot be ignorant of our cult's history. Hyuk-sa and Baeksa, both of whom had been the type to run away from even basic academic lessons, looked uncomfortable. Jin Yomyong continued, Listen up. Fundamentally, demonic arts align with what Taoism calls immortal cultivation. Just like good energy and demonic energy are both fundamental forces that shape the world, the only difference lies in how they are used. Both paths ultimately aim for the state of demonic immortal. He added, Of course, there is no official record of anyone achieving it yet, but one person has come very close, the heavenly demon. Jin Yomyong said, There are 2 reasons I am telling you this. First, because you need basic knowledge of the place we are headed. Second, because of the secret technique I promised. He took out a book, Cultivation Type Tyrant King Art. Jin Yomyong said, Starting now, you will all begin training in this. Thanks for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider sharing my videos or channel with your friends who might also enjoy it. Your support means the world to me and helps my channel grow. Let's keep this community thriving together. Until next time, see you in the next video.